What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic doing another video, of course. And Anthony Joshua stops Wladimir Klitschko in 12. It was a great fight. I think it was the 5th, 6th, 6th, 7th round, back-to-back knockouts. The first round that Joshua knocked Klitschko out. He really punched himself out. The next round he came out tired and Klitschko established himself. And then down the stretch when Klitschko really had the opportunity to knock Anthony Joshua out, he really didn't do it. He just kept on with the jab. He didn't do the things that were successful to knock Anthony Joshua down the first time and really had him stumble into his corner. And that was the variation of punching I talked about in the prediction. He started throwing the left hook, the lead left hook, the check left hook, whatever you want to call it. He threw an uppercut, he threw a right hook, threw a right cross, the straight right, the jab. He was mixing in different punches. And down the stretch, when he was winning those rounds, even though Joshua wasn't doing much, and he really wasn't doing much, he was just throwing more punches because Joshua wasn't throwing at all. It pretty much came down to him letting Joshua get his win back. And when Joshua got his win back and figured out that if he started every round like he did the third round out, coming out like a wild man and just throwing, Klitschko wasn't going to return, and it wasn't no price to pay for throwing crazy and wild like he did. And when he figured that out and he got his win back, that's what it was. It was nothing really complicated about it. He came out aggressive, throwing like a wild man. He knew in the 11th round, he knew Klitschko wasn't returning when he came out like that. He knew Klitschko wasn't returning anytime he came out aggressive, wild. And he knocked Klitschko down with really much no technique and just being wild and crazy. And the thing what I was impressed with Anthony Joshua about in this fight was the ability to jab with Klitschko and be able to jab, and his jab was pretty good. And I knew Klitschko had to press the attack. Klitschko knew it. Team Klitschko knew he had to press the attack, and he did coming out. And Joshua looked pretty fluent, better than I thought he was going to be, going backwards and going side to side and boxing with Klitschko. And he looked good. And like I said, experience you can't duplicate it, you can't replicate it. In fight experience, he did good. But is he this supreme champion, pound for pound champion? Absolutely not. At the end of the day, he still struggled with a 40-some-year-old man. And at the end of the day, I still would favor Tyson Fury over him. I think him and Deontay Wilder, I still favor Wilder in my opinion. It's still a pick 'em fight. I know people are really going to drink the Anthony Joshua Kool-Aid after this one. But like I said, I don't know about his chin. And Wladimir Klitschko being old and not even throwing that many punches, landed one clean shot and he was down. And at this point, I would take Deontay Wilder's speed, punch variation, and explosion, and athletic ability and punch power over Wladimir Klitschko at this point. But like I said, him and a lot of people think Wilder would just blow Joshua. Joshua would just blow Wilder out the water. I don't think that's the case. I think it's a pick 'em fight. I know Wilder looked bad versus Gerald Watson. You got to think he coming off a hand and a shoulder surgery, and a long layoff. But like I said, I think that's a good fight. I think Tyson Fury is still the supreme champion, and at this point, I would favor Luis Ortiz to beat Anthony Joshua. Easier than most people would think, and that's just my opinion on it. I wasn't impressed with Anthony Joshua like some people are going to drink the Kool-Aid on Anthony Joshua. That's just my opinion. But he got that experience now. He went through some adversity, and I guarantee he's going to come back a better fighter for that. And but I still would favor the Luis Ortiz. I still would favor Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder fight, I think that's a 50-50 fight. This your boy CJ Goodfella. We gone.